Know what to do during a disaster? Tonight, one county's emergency managers reached out to the community to make sure that they're prepared. Tonight, Woodbury County Emergency Management held its first ever disaster survival training. Organizers walked through all of the possible disasters that could happen in the area, like tornadoes, blizzards, floods, train derailments, even power outages. Organizers then walked through what a disaster plan may look like, as well as a list of things to have in an emergency kit. Michael Montino, the county's emergency management coordinator, started this training to make sure that people could take care of themselves and their loved ones, because he says sometimes help can't reach you right away.
It's about giving them tools, and I want them to be assets during a disaster, not a liability to their fellow citizens. So as an example, when we have an emergency or disaster, you got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your family first, right? So if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to come out with us and help your neighbors and help other people.
This was just one of 4 classes in the county. For more information on the other 3 training sessions, take a look at the story right now at KTIV.com.